Hey, everybody.
You're listening to the Jam Show.
Fucking yeah, dude. Fucking yeah.
You got all the energy coming in here.
Right on, dude. It's a nice fucking summer day, dude. I'm fucking juiced up.
You know that's Justin. You know I'm Matt. Justin and Matt Show. Jam Show.
Fucking here, dude.
Let's get the jam on.
So what's good, dude? How you been?
Dude, I've been kind of struggling lately.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Hey, that's life.
Yeah, I mean...
Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down,
peaks
right?
and valleys.
Yep.
So I've been going to this new therapist for a little while now, and I really love... She does a lot of art. We do a lot of art therapy.
Sounds like it's not working.
The last couple of times, man, she's really gotten me with like my feelings about my dad and like my own feelings of inadequacy and things
really
like that.
unlocking
Oh,
you,
dude,
huh?
it's so hard.
It's like doing the art, like opening you up.
Yeah,
It's like softening you up a little bit.
yeah.
Is that kind of the idea? Or?
The analogy I put it is like I am a big feeler.
Okay.
I have a lot of feelings.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like I get so full of negative feelings that it's nice to just fucking dump the bucket out every once in a while.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. I can't imagine because I don't have emotion. I'm the opposite of the spectrum over here. But anyway,
Lift that mic up a little bit.
lift it up, like closer to my,
Yeah,
like this. Is this better?
a little bit more. And then maybe you can even take it a little further away from your face.
Is this better?
That's a lot better.
Okay.
Let me go down a little bit. But yeah, it's nice to go in there and fucking empty the bucket a little bit. But I feel like it's made me like emotionally weak lately.
Oh.
I have not been able to be very empathetic.
Oh, you're not. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm married. I have a wife, a kid. I have people that rely on me emotionally at times, you know, and it's just so hard not being able to be in that moment.
Right. No, that is kind of a tough thing. I get it like that sometimes. Honestly, all the time. Where you just get snappy, right?
Snappy or like uninterested is the way I feel a lot of times.
Yes.
It's just like, why can't you figure this out yourself?
Yes, thus is the joys of being married. Right?
But I don't want to be like that. And it almost feels like this. I've definitely had like a journey of emotion the past couple of years, and it feels like I haven't even gone anywhere.
Have you thought about nasal spray of the ketamine type?
Oh, they make ketamine nasal spray.
That's a legitimate therapeutic.
That's crazy.
Maybe you should ask about it.
I do know a therapist that does.
Just don't get hooked
on it. I do know this therapist that does. I think she's licensed to do ketamine, and she's working on psilocybin and ayahuasca.
Yeah, I knew a guy.
And maybe even another one.
Self-certified.
Self-certified.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, I don't know. I need something. I feel like I need to just be alone in the woods for a period of time, and I don't know how to do that right now.
You should come down to deer camp this year.
Yeah, deer camp.
Yeah. I mean,
and just be in the woods. I'll be up there with like a Nerf gun.
We'll just put you in a tree stand and you can just sit there
and live
and just experience nature, dude.
Yeah, it sounds like a good time
because it's like you're kind of forced out of like civilization because there's no fucking phone service out there.
Yeah,
you're like scrambling trying to find Wi-Fi out there. Every little shitty hole in the wall bar. It's a nightmare.
But yeah, that's been me the past couple of weeks. Just
I'm sorry to hear that, Matt.
Yeah. I need this more, I think.
Yeah. Hey.
And you know what? It's like I am very sensitive about my feelings in that like I don't feel important. So when I talk to you, it's like there's no you have no bearing on my life.
Right. I'm completely unimportant in your life.
Yeah. But when I talk to my wife or my kid or my mom, it's like they have, you know, some sort of like, I don't know, maybe even their judgment. I consider that they have a judgment on me or something.
Yeah, I mean, everybody has a judgment of everybody.
Yeah, Yeah, that's true.
You just gotta fucking be better at fucking letting that shit roll off like a duck, brother.
That's true. And you know what? We're gonna get to the book in a little bit, and it'll have some words of wisdom, I'm sure. What's been going on with you, dog?
Well, work. Been doing a lot of work. Been working a lot of overtime.
Good or bad?
It's good. It's by choice because I feel like I'm finally getting. I feel like I've been saying this for weeks now, but I've developed a better understanding of how things work, the processes, and how every little input, and all it all leads to the outputs.
Inputs go to the outputs.
Now I feel like I'm starting to make a little bit of a change, make some difference there.
That's good. You stop going to meetings and stuff?
I did stop going to the morning meeting because it's pretty
pointless.
It's pointless.
Yeah.
I've created a new process to put in place.
Oh. So give us like kind of an idea. You don't got to tell us all.
Well, it's like, so you can imagine a bill of materials being pulled for building an escalator.
That's a bomb for you that don't know.
Yeah, you fucking newbies out there. So you can imagine at the end of the build process, if the parts left over on the cart, it's kind of important to know whether or not those should have been installed on the truss or not, right?
Yeah, why would they have been on the cart if they weren't supposed to be on the truss?
Exactly, Matthew. So before there was no check in place, and so now that I've just been doing all the manual work myself, and it's been taking a lot of time. So my boss asked me to create like a flow chart, process flow essentially, to basically, my idea is to hand it off to like an ME, somebody on the production side, for them to verify their build process, and then we can check it at the very end, at the end of the crater pack process, where they're done packaging all the parts in boxes.
Okay.
So any parts left over, you basically identify the part number, quantity, how many are installed, how many are not installed, and then you figure out the BOM structure of what's calling it out.
Yeah, and I feel like coming from quality, man, that's kind of the dream, is to put in place things that will actually
it is literally what you want to be doing.
Yeah. It's not just like measuring parts that are already made, that are already bad.
Or just going through, like, I'm trying to think of, like, because Mark Ellis sent me a text the other day, because I kept saying I was going to apply back at Cobham, and I was like, all right, I need to update my resume. And then the other day, he texted me a link that was just like, help me with my resume.com. I'm like, oh,
what a
geez.
pal.
Yeah. And it wasn't even a real website. So, but I try to think, like, like a lot of the QEs at Cobham, and you could probably think about what their jobs are like, and I feel like they're not really making a difference in how the business works.
I feel like it's all meetings, and like when shit goes bad, then they step in to be like, it's fine or it's bad.
It's a lot of like little maintenance bullshit, because you really don't have any say on the build process, essentially, because it's all pretty well predetermined for the most part.
Well, and you know what, I think Dana was really trying hard to do that, and she had a little help, she had a lot of leeway,
right?
And I think that if more people there were able to have that space, things could have been way better.
I've been messaging Ryan Kerr.
Oh yeah,
and dude,
how is that guy?
He's doing well, but he said it's just gotten way worse.
Chaotic.
He said it's just so much worse.
Davey was telling me that there's just like 8 people stuffing screens because they're so far behind.
That's a fun. Oh, you want to talk about a nightmare job?
Oh, so bad.
God, dude, I would literally be suicidal, I think, if I had that job.
Oh yeah.
God damn it. Ugh.
There's you can't pay attention to that. Like,
no.
It wouldn't surprise me if they were just a bunch of people just were doing it wrong every once in a while. Like,
yeah. Is there a right way to do it?
I mean, per the EAS or whatever, but
yeah, I guess. I don't know. That's neither here nor there.
And like that, the world is full of those mind-numbing jobs, in that people shouldn't be doing them because they're not perfect enough to sit there and put one screen in at a time and stack them straight and this and that. And it's just like, that's just not how things work, man.
Well, you saw that machine that they had custom made that was supposed to be able to stuff.
I have seen the machine.
I don't think I ever saw it like really run well.
I saw it run, I think, once, surrounded by all the MEs.
Yes, exactly.
And like it definitely didn't work because they never used it again.
It's like, I don't understand how, like, it seems like they outsource. Like, you remember the battery welder too, right?
Battery welder.
That was
yes.
So they outsource that to like some other company to design and build those types of machines.
Wasn't
It's
there like kind of a family thing?
Yeah. Well, we won't bring that up.
Yeah.
Little sunshine. But it's weird.
It's like when you get something made like that, I don't know what kind of contracts or agreements get put in place, but like in the end of the day, you're paying for something to work and do a specific job.
And just think, you're not the one, like, people inside your business aren't the one designing or building the thing, so you have no idea how to like fix it if it breaks.
And
that's
like
what I didn't understand.
And like the people that are making the thing outside of the company don't really know like what the atmosphere is, what it really needs to be doing,
right?
Because like, especially coming from quality, you know that it should be doing this, but there's a little bit of a gray area on either side.
The weld's over here. It's halfway off the tab. You pull on it.
You
pull on it.
Does it rip off? If it
if it leaves a witness mark, dude, run with it. That's just, like, who made that up? We just made that up.
That can't be a standard. That cannot be an aerospace standard.
I don't know. It must not matter that much. It's just a fucking battery, I guess.
Yeah.
Weird. Wild times.
The Wild West.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. Anyway, I saw a podcat. I was waiting for a meow.
Oh, God.
R.I.P.
He might... Oh, dude.
R.I.P. dude.
For sure. A good one.
Yep.
This one's a dumb one.
Oh, fucker.
He finally realized that he shouldn't bring the live chipmunk in the house.
Oh, so he's doing you a big solid, dude. He says, throw this baby in the crock pot, dude.
Yeah. So
Barbie.
He left a dead one outside the other day.
Nice.
And I'm like, kill it, please. Leave it outside, though.
You didn't give him any treats or anything?
Oh, I gave him plenty of treats. I'd give him head scratches if he knew how to be pet.
Oh, he doesn't know.
He doesn't even know how to be pet.
Fucking dummy.
How are your kitty cats?
Oh, they're doing well.
All 18 of your kitty cats.
Dude, I have too many cats. Don't ever get 4 cats. Fucking huge mistake. Dude, they just don't go away. They're like children. They just stick around for some reason.
You just leave the door open, man.
Dude,
if they come back, they're keepers.
I have too many coyotes.
That's true. You live right next to some
coyotes,
woods.
Buddy. Foxes.
The yotes.
Owls.
Oh, an owl will snatch up a cat.
Real fucking quick.
Big birds.
I've got big... lots of big hawks in my backyard, too.
Really?
I see big hawks all the time, yeah. I think they might have a nest in one of the big
That's kind of cool. We'll get the knocks out and try to find that
It's cool when
shit.
the leaves start falling, because then you can really start to see all the birds' nests and all that shit.
I had seen a robin's egg that had fallen onto my trash can and broke. So it was just the shell and the yolk.
The little blue one?
Yeah.
Nice.
And it was so teeny tiny.
Yeah, so tiny. But I would need like 40 of those to make an omelet.
The closest branch was seriously like 150 feet in the air.
Jesus, so it fell far.
It fell far. I was like, at first I was like, where the fuck did this come from? And then I had to look straight up, and I was like, whoa.
That fell.
Yeah.
Anyway, got him. That's nature, dude.
Yeah. Not a survivor.
No, not at all.
How's the old lady doing?
She's doing well. She's been looking at sliding into a different job.
Yeah.
Lately.
Still in the same field?
Yeah, still healthcare. I think more in-home care, a little more intimate, less stress. Just kind of like, sounds way more relaxing. Basically, you're just kind of like taking care of one person one-on-one.
Oh, that'd be nice.
You're just kind of hanging out there in case anything happens. So I was like, well, pays more. Because the place she's working at now doesn't bear shit.
None of those healthcare businesses do.
Literally could make more money at Menards.
Yeah, damn. You like almost have to be like a traveling nurse is the only people I ever hear that get paid well.
I know it is, or traveling CNAs. That's what you can do to make some decent money.
Yeah.
My aunt does it. But yeah, you can make some good money doing travel CNA. But yeah, travel nursing, that's what I'm trying to get Lauren into. Because then I can quit my job. You feel me?
Yeah, please. And then you can be a full-time slumlord.
Exactly, dude.
You're just buying up buildings about to fall apart.
Yeah, no kidding, dude.
I did see that Ward guy.
Wold, I think it was.
Yeah, I think you're right. Wold. He had a building, I think, in the Village of East Davenport. That
I saw the
condemned.
headline. What building was that?
I don't know. I think
saw
it's on,
it, and I was like, I don't even know what building.
yeah, I
that
think it
is.
was on kind of the back side in the middle.
Oh, bless you.
Thank you. But that building got condemned, and I saw Brad had sent it to a group chat we're in, and like the article was like 3 lines long. It was like building condemned, whose owner is the same owner of the building that collapsed in downtown Davenport. End of article.
Great article.
Yeah,
That's my kind of article, dude. Straight to the point.
I wish it would have said like why it was
Who, what,
condemned.
where.
And
They
then
left out the why.
yeah, and then somebody had commented and was like, they need to look at why this passed inspections beforehand.
Oh.
But it's like when you get an inspection, there's usually like a grace period for like getting it. Like it could have failed.
What a tough job.
Yeah, it could have failed an inspection, like in all reality. And it's like you have, 90 days to figure this out or something.
Like how thorough is a building inspection supposed to be, or can they be?
And they're not engineers. They just get a certificate. They're just looking for upside down plugs and shit like
shit
that.
leaking, flaking paint,
Yeah.
right? Like shit, like obvious burn marks from fucking bad wiring,
Yeah.
obviously, but like obvious structural damage,
Yeah.
obvious,
Yeah.
right?
And I mean, it's a flawed system. You can't just
think
go
so,
around fucking nickel and diming every person.
Because
in
I was
line.
thinking, I was at fucking, what do you call them? What do you call them?
Grapes.
I stayed at a Holiday Inn last week,
a
a hotel.
hotel. Okay.
And the elevator, right? The
Yeah.
elevator has a little thing in there, State of Illinois elevator inspection. And then it has the date of inspection and the guy's name, right?
Oh no.
So it's like, what is he inspecting? That's what I'm curious. Like, because now that I know a little bit, there's an escalator and elevator division, basically.
Okay.
So I'm like, what are these guys actually looking at?
Yeah.
How much do they actually know?
Rusted wires or linkages.
Just from talking to like a frontline installer guy in, I want to say it was New York City.
Yeah, over the phone or whatever.
Yeah, over the phone. He was saying that because I sent him some parts that bolt to the truss, we hot dip galvanize everything.
Okay.
And so this thing, he had to cold galv it, which essentially is spray painting it. And he's like, this fucking guy that is the escalator inspector used to build escalators at one of our competitors, so he knows like more of the building process and everything.
Yeah.
But
And how many people are there that are leaving escalator companies to go work for an escalator inspection
It's
place?
just- I don't know,
That's not practical.
I don't know, it just makes me call into question like how like
And then you got to consider like if you get your own guy to go inspect it and you fail it, they're just going to be like, go back to the engineers. Is it okay?
that's what I mean. It's just like layers and layers of guesswork.
Yeah.
Because the guys that are engineers now weren't the original design engineers. Those original designs were like paper drawings, hand drawn
On napkins.
Yeah, I mean, I think they do like finite structural analysis at least on the truss structures they have now. But I'm like, God, I don't know. It just seems like a guess. Does it work? Okay, good.
They stand in the middle and they kind of like rock back and forth and they like kind of give. I
looks
think
good
this
to
is
me.
this is a good amount of play.
Yes, exactly. I wonder about that sometimes. Fuck.
And how's the carbon driving? You
It's-
got it. He rolled in here.
It's
just fucking turbo boosting, fucking
Boost
wheels
leaking.
squealing.
Yeah, wheels rubbing. Guess it's fucking tubbed out like a fucking maniac.
Oh, dude. It's a fat ride, though. I don't know much about cars. It looks really cool. It looks like something out of fucking Cruising USA.
Yeah, it's a little over the top.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of car I wanted. It's just so everybody knows. 2016 Subaru STI. It's got fucking wide body kit on it, so it's got just ginormous wheels.
Fucking fat wheels.
They're like 285 35s, I think is what they are.
285.
Yeah.
I think mine are 275.
It's like just over 11 inches wide, I think, on the rubber. But they're fucking enormous, and it's fat. It's a little rough around the edges, but I don't know. I like it a lot.
It's a cool looking car.
Yeah. I did start an Instagram page for it.
Ooh, shout it out.
It's a project.
ITZ dot.
Period. A project.
Yeah.
So
got some cool pictures on there.
Yeah, it's a start.
It does, and you know what? Those pictures don't do that thing justice.
No, it doesn't. Seeing it in person is like way better than the photos.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look bad in the photos, I guess. Like the photos kind of help clean up some of the rough edges that I see in person. But no.
Well, and that's something to be said about like when you know your own car,
right,
or living your own life,
or living in your own house. You know every little fucking thing that's wrong with it. Yeah.
Whether it can be seen or not. Like, I know all the fucking convoluted, crazy ideas that go through my own head, and that makes me think it's worse than it really is.
Right. But that's why it's a project.
Yeah.
Right, because it's
and a metaphor for life, really.
Exactly, dude. It fit a lot of pages. It fit a lot. I was thinking
Checked
about
a lot of boxes.
Yeah, I was running at Alignwick, and I was like, I wonder what I should call my Instagram page, and I came up with that. I was like, yeah. And then the STI backwards symbol, I think that's gonna that'll be kind of cool too.
Yeah, for sure. I'll do that.
Yeah. You fucking better, dude. Otherwise, I'll have to find some slum off of
some $5 Fiverr project.
Exactly, man. And I don't want to do that.
And then be like, I don't like it when you've already like downloaded the art and kept it.
Not this again. Not this again. Anyway,
let's do this book really quick.
Yeah, let's get this over.
This was a long chapter. You probably didn't even listen to it.
What is this book again?
This is Don't Believe Everything You Think by Joseph Wynn. And we are on chapter 14. Did you listen to this one?
No.
I just wanted to hear you say no. Chapter 14, How to Follow Your Intuition. At the top of every chapter is a quote. This one's a weird one. But have you ever... or have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. Spoken true words by Steve Jobs.
The fuck is Steve Jobs know?
Isn't that dude dead?
Yeah, he died.
Yeah.
He died.
What a shame.
Yeah, dude, R.I.P.
Yeah.
He was doing some Apple stuff, right? That's the Apple Man.
Apple Man.
Yeah.
Fruit Man.
I wouldn't have this iPad or this iPhone without him.
Oh, God, he's such a fucking Apple sucker.
Dude, just hold on to this for a second. Just feel how beautiful this is.
Jesus, it's pretty light. And it's got a great picture.
It's fucking beautiful. Flawless operation, dude. It just works.
So in the book, I just have some stuff highlighted. It was kind of a long chapter for this book. A lot of the chapters are like 2-3 pages. This one was quite a bit. Many will attribute the state of non-thinking or flow with a particular activity that we love to do. This is far from the truth. The only time we can really be in a state of non-thinking is in the present moment. When we are actively thinking, it means we are either in the past or future, which doesn't exist. This is why all of the spiritual masters and leaders always teach to meditate, pray, and to be in the present moment.
True that.
How's your meditation practice going?
Good. Very good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Every day, 3 times a week?
I mean, still pretty consistent. 4 to 5 days a week, I would say.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's good.
Dude, I don't know. I look forward to it. Almost, like it's...
Does it help you when you get, like stressed out and shit, do you think?
So
do you ever get stressed out?
You don't do it in response to being stressed out. You do it to build up a gap between you and getting stressed out.
Okay.
So what you do is you just have to build up that daily practice, and over time, I feel like you'll slowly start to see the wedge starting to get driven between you and your reactions, and then you'll get. I feel like you'd get hooked on it once you kind of make that connection.
Yeah. Are you hooked on it?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like my brain. Sometimes there's a couple different ways of meditating, I guess, right? But sometimes, like Andrew Huberman describes it as non-sleep deep rest.
Okay.
I feel like sometimes I do that when I'm tired. And a 10-minute non-sleep deep rest session is like a power nap. And you're just essentially sitting there just
Not thinking.
you're not necessarily not thinking, you're just not holding on to thought. You're not chasing thoughts.
Well, like they say in the book, in some of the previous chapters, thought is different than thinking.
right.
You're not chasing the thoughts by thinking.
It's like you're just trying to notice your senses as they come, and you're just watching them go by. That's all you're doing. Like the feeling of sitting in a chair with your eyes closed, looking into your visual field with your eyes closed is like, that's sometimes a little psychedelic for me. And
Yeah,
that's
I can see that.
how I get into such a deep, I feel like that's like my way of getting into some deeper meditations where I'm literally just, you find, I don't know what kind of state it is. It's like your most basal fucking operating state of like being in a womb almost.
Oh.
Right? It's like finding that completely non-interpreted state of existence where you're not putting judgments on anything, you're just existing.
Nice.
And just finding that is the key to being able to then not react to anything.
Do you think that helps you within your running as well? Do you meditate while you run, or you kind of...
It is a form of meditation, I think. Yeah.
Because you're focusing on your... I would imagine you're focusing on your steps. Like 1, 2, 3, 4.
You know,
Maybe not even counting.
when I first started, I wasn't really focused on... I was focused on my gait of like trying not to... just trying to have a good gait where you're not fucking hitting with the ball. What's the back of your foot?
The heel.
Where you're landing on your toes more, basically trying not to fucking make a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Be as quiet as possible. So then I know I'm not fucking wasting energy, essentially. And then after that, the next level, which I've just recently started getting to, is timing my breathing with my cadence. So breathing in on a 3 count and then exhaling on a 2 count. So then you're never inhaling on the same foot every time. So you keep your muscles even.
Oh.
That when you're running 15 miles, that stuff starts to make a little bit of a difference.
Yeah.
And I notice when I do that, when I focus on that, I get into way more of a rhythm. Like I'm like arms pumping. It's fire. It's good. No, I love it. I don't know if you saw the other day, fucking Brad just ran a marathon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How far is that? 25?
26.
26.
He's a fucking monster, dude.
God
I was like, God damn. I was like, now I have zero excuses for not running. I'm like, and then Lauren the other day, I was like, I guess I got to go run. And Lauren's like, yeah, you need to be running every day. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you're fucking right.
She's like...
You're fucking right, actually. God damn it. Damn it.
That's
But
funny.
no, I'll probably take today off, though.
Oh.
I ran 5 miles yesterday.
You were off all day.
I ran 5 miles yesterday. It was my longest run so far of my training, and I'm feeling a little crampy.
Okay.
Crampy. But
That's probably
I
the
think
PMS.
It probably is. But I'm pretty sure. Let me look at my workout log here. I've run every not every day.
And I try to fucking reach out to you guys for a little bit of camaraderie whenever I go down to the gym and generally do like, I try to do 2 miles and burn like 400 calories or something. And I do the crank it up as high as it goes, and then I kind of fluctuate the speed, kind of
do a little hit.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'll go kind of fast and I'll slow down so I can drink water. There's nothing like trying to go at a good clip, try to spill it all over you.
No, tell me about it.
We're getting back to this book.
All right, yeah.
It almost seems like we're not doing anything when you're in the zone because we lose our sense of personal self and become one with life. Every single person has experienced instances where they have felt like this before. Although many have experienced this phenomenon, very few are able to maintain it for extended periods of time. The main reason is because most relapse back into thinking and believe that they have to figure it out. The truth is, we don't have to have it all figured out, nor do we even have to figure it all out. When you ask people who are the most abundant, joyful, and successful how they made it, usually attribute their success to some sort of higher power or luck. Do you believe in a higher power?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
I guess.
I would imagine you don't call it God.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can call it what you want. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I call it the universe.
I feel like I don't know. I kind of fluctuate on it.
Yeah.
Depends on how much weed I've been smoking. But I feel like it's like when you think about life, it's like the starting point of it had to have started somewhere. I feel like from what we can tell.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of energy in the world, and I think that is a power bigger than we can control.
Right. There's something going on outside of what we can sense, I think.
Yeah,
right?
between I like to think of like love and luck and things like that, and like they're just like, it's just like the energy that connects us that we can't.
Right.
It's
exactly.
immeasurable.
There's some sort of
like when you call somebody, and this is in the book. I didn't have it highlighted, but when you call somebody just out of the blue, you're like, I wonder what that guy's doing. You call them and they're like, damn, man, I just been going through some shit. You know, I really appreciate the call. Or, you know, or even the opposite side. Hey, man, how you doing? Oh, dude, I just got this new job.
Right.
And it's like that connection that zips, you know, from that person to you and back. I think there's something to be said about that.
I don't know if I've eaten too many mushrooms, but I feel like you come to the realization at some point that every single person you're the same life force experiencing life through, you know, that body's vessel. So it's like, I'm looking at you, you're looking at me, we're the same thing, but separated.
Yeah.
Right. And you take enough mushrooms and you fucking feel that.
Yeah.
That connection break down somehow. And it's, I don't know, changes you.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know, dude.
Let's go back to the book.
Yeah, let's not talk about mushrooms anymore.
When we realize that we don't have to control and try to force anything to happen our way, we become free of suffering and pain. When we realize that we don't have to control or try to force anything to happen our way, we become free of suffering, pain, and frustration, and begin to fall into the state of non-thinking, where things all just happen to us instead of where things just all happen for us instead of to us. There are millions of small circumstances and events that have been meticulously orchestrated for us to be where we are now. To plan that would be impossible and futile, yet here we are. This is the miracle of life. And that kind of resonates with me. Like, I do not get along with my son's mother.
Right.
At all.
Yep.
To a point to where our relationship is almost nothing at this point, which I have a lot of feelings about, and I won't get into that. But for me to be one of a million sperm, her to be one of a million sperm, and then to have my kid, and then, you know, to find my wife, and then, you know, this house was on the market at the time I was looking, and that's why I'm here right now.
Right.
You know, all those things. I mean, they were literally a once in a lifetime thing,
but also slightly predetermined.
I mean, we're here,
right?
You know,
all the decisions that you made were those, like the logic programmed into the way you were thinking about it, preset by prior experience.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So it's like almost like the illusion of choice. You didn't have any other choices to make.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I mean, the illusion is that I could have chose these other houses, but I was going to choose this one.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why sometimes, like how Sam Harris describes, there's like his ideas of there being no free will. Like sometimes we are just a leaf floating down a stream, and it's just a very complex, convoluted stream. But sometimes you're able to see the correlations, and I feel like, I don't know, sometimes you get to look through the looking glass a little bit and see how, like, you put the two things together where, like, all these decisions are sort of predetermined.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, there's a comfort in it, I guess.
Yeah. You are where you're meant to be at that time.
You are who you are based on your prior experiences.
Yeah.
And the sooner you accept that, the fucking better off you're going to be.
Yeah. Accepting exactly where you're at
Yep.
in the moment.
Deep.
It's not what we have, but how we feel inside that is the true measure of success, joy, and fulfillment. And that makes me think of like yogis who have nothing and live in a commune, and if they can experience true peace, not having a flat screen TV or a Subaru, or
Hey, dude, that Subi's fat.
was that too low? Or they only eat oatmeal all day. If they can have such little and still be happy, then you can have what you have and still be happy.
Could,
But
I choose. This is how I choose to live my life, Matthew.
our job is to come up with what we want, not how to get it. The path forward is only revealed when we begin walking. I really like that quote.
Say that one again.
The path forward is only revealed when we begin walking.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so fire.
And it's like, there was two things I was thinking about, like, in a previous chapter we had talked about walking up the mountain. And, when you're in the trees, you can't see how high it is.
Right.
And you can't see all the other mountains that other people are on. But when you get to, and even like you're walking down a path and all of a sudden you see an escalator and you're like, that's cool. Like, for the next little bit, I get to just like kind of exist for a little while. And maybe that's, that's like right before you have a kid, like when you're in the operating room and everybody is doing everything around you. Speaking as a father, I cannot speak for the pain of childbirth.
But sounds like it hurts.
Yeah. But I mean, I was there just watching this miracle happen. And now my kid is 14 and, there's been a lot of escalators. There's been a lot of woods. And I'm still trying to climb up this mountain.
Just foggy.
Yeah.
Just foggy, right?
We can always get what we would desire in life. It just may not be on our timeline or in the way we want it to manifest. And that made me think of, like, I'm a big fan of vintage campers.
Nice.
And
They are sweet.
They are sweet. Or even your Subaru, it's like you decided to look that day for the Subaru and it was up. And whether you looked the day before or if you would have looked the day after, those two things connected.
So what had happened is it kind of connects to a prior quote in this chapter. Is I was looking at cars because I wanted to get rid of the Fiat because I was tired of having anxiety about the thing fucking breaking down on me. Right?
Okay.
So I was like looking at reasonable cars.
Yeah.
Right. Like Honda and Toyota SUVs. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I think we talked about this last week even. And I came to the realization that I need a fun-ish car to be driving. Otherwise, I'm going to be not happy, essentially. And that's when I fucking started looking at Subarus again. I found this one. I was like, it has everything that I would want to do to a Subaru. Wide body kit, fat-ass tires.
So at that point, you don't even need to do anything with it. You can just enjoy it.
Exactly. All I need to do is maintain it and, like, polish it essentially, and I can just drive the thing. Obviously I have a little mechanical hiccup I'm trying to get fixed, but once I get that fixed, I can just enjoy the car, get it cleaned up, take it to car shows. Like, I'm not going to track the car because it's not set up for tracking, and I'm just going to enjoy it. That's it.
There's something to be said about being able to enjoy the things you have.
Especially with a warranty.
That
hopefully I can use. Anyway.
Listening to our intuition can be scary and extremely daunting. This is because our intuition lives in the space of the unknown.
Does it?
Yeah, I mean, I think even buying that car for you, I would imagine there was at least a period of time where you were like, oh, I don't know if I should do this.
Oh, dude, 100%. I walked out. Yeah, and then the guy came back and lowered the price by $2,000.
And you were like, give me that son of a bitch.
And I was like, another $100 less a month. I was like, I guess I could do it. I guess.
You have to do what you haven't done in order to get what you don't have, is the last quote that I have highlighted here.
True. Because if you keep doing what you have done, you will just keep getting what you already have.
Yeah.
Fire, dude.
Yeah, if you kept driving the Fiat, it would have eventually broke down.
Dude, it literally sounded like it had VTEC.
What's VTEC?
It's like VTEC's a Honda thing that essentially adjusts the valve timing, and it kicks in at like higher RPM, and it's like it changes the tune, the sound of the motor a little bit. And the Fiat does not have VTEC. It has something kind of similar, but it just didn't sound right to me.
Yeah,
and it was just giving me a lot of anxiety.
And you had the what was it, Ford
Fiesta?
The Ford Fiesta. You had that when you needed it. You had the Fiat when you needed it, and now you have the Subaru when you need it.
Exactly. Oh man, you hear my stomach growling?
I could hear that through the microphone.
I'm hungry.
Yeah,
but yeah, I don't know. And I'm sure I'll be buying another car here soon.
Yeah,
because I would like to have a backup vehicle just in case.
So because you had this Range Rover, Land Rover, and that was just sitting around.
It's still sitting in my driveway.
They haven't come picked it up?
No, which is weird. I called the guy today who left me a voicemail like 2 weeks ago, who I bought the car from, and I got a hold of him today, and he goes, "Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? How can I help you?" I was like, "I'm returning your call," and he was like, "Oh, you are?" I was like, "Yeah, is everything good?" And he's like, "Yeah, everything's fine." And I was like, "Oh, actually, everything's not fine." Everything not fine.
You brought that paper in.
Yeah, I'm going to carry it around with me, actually. But I don't know. It kind of, not to go off on a tangent, but they kind of have been giving me a little bit of a runaround at the dealership that I bought the car from,
which is hard to accept, but part of their job. And I say that because it's pressure coming from higher up.
Right.
It's, hey, does it leave a mark when you pull the tab off? It's good.
Right. I'm just trying to get a straight answer. Mm-hmm. And it's like I've talked to 2 of the general managers and 2 service guys, and they both have been saying different things, essentially. And I don't know. I guess we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah.
They only have one guy at that Ford dealership that apparently is a capable technician, and he'll be the one to tell me if he's capable of doing the leak down test on my car or not, which honestly I'm thinking I'm just going to end up having these guys do it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like having a third party do it who's actually knowledgeable in Subarus as opposed to having the dealership who might have to foot the bill for fixing it.
Yeah.
2 different opinions, right?
Yeah, because I mean, if it just barely squeaks over minimum, they're like, hey, it passed.
Right. So basically all they're going to be doing is like, you know what a compression test is, right?
Yeah, definitely, dude. But the listeners might not know, so
you apply pressure through the spark plug.
Okay.
Right? No.
That sounds right.
You're measuring how much compression
that
is through the spark plug hole. On a leak down test, you're applying pressure through the spark plug hole.
Okay.
And then you're rotating the motor to see like where the air is coming out of. Because theoretically, if it's sealed,
it should be like one of the 4 pistons or something.
Well, it depends. It just depends. So it's like if it's in an exhaust cycle, if it's on the exhaust cycle on that piston, you'll hear it coming out the exhaust.
Oh, you'll hear it.
Yeah, because you're blowing air through it.
Okay.
If there's a leak in what is it? Your head gasket? Is it your head gasket? Then you'll have air bubbles coming up through your coolant tank. If you have a leak for what else would there be?
And they got to do that like separately on each.
Yep.
Okay.
And you rotate the motor to make sure that you're not having.
How do you rotate the motor when it's off?
You just put a
wrench on the fan,
crankshaft.
Okay.
Pull it, and you just start turning it.
That's cool.
But yeah, and then so I mean, it's just a long, involved,
tedious process.
Yeah, they said it's going to take them 4 hours, which is a lot of money.
Yeah.
$650, but I mean, I guess it's a small price to pay to get a new motor in your STI because they're willing to pay $5,000. I don't think that's going to be enough to cover a new motor.
The
warranty is not a full, unless it's like I can provide them the short block from like an aftermarket place, and then they can put it in for me. Ideally,
I mean, it's just a new motor with new set of problems. I feel like, right?
Not if I get it from a reputable place that knows how to build them.
Yeah.
There's a couple places out there that are like, you can buy a nice one for like $3,500, capable of like 550 horsepower.
Yeah.
It'll run like, that's like a 10-second Subaru.
Damn.
It's 10 or 11, I think. But yeah, it'd be a fast car.
Yeah.
It'd be real fast.
And I guess $3,500 ain't that big a deal.
That's cheaper than probably doing the motor and.
That was $5,000.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
See what I mean? Would you be happier about spending money on?
Yeah.
The Subaru, right? I'll spend all the money in the world to keep that Subaru running.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Well, and I felt like that at one point with my truck, and that's why I did put another motor in
Right.
it.
Exactly. It's still going.
Yeah. I've been taking care of it.
Right.
Oil changes all the time.
It's funny. I tell you, I had a coworker at same truck, same issues. I think he's on his second motor,
Oh.
but he just traded it in
Well, I
because
guess second motor.
it started to do the same thing over again.
Yeah.
Make the same weird noises, and he's like, "I'm fucking sick of this truck." God.
Yeah, my
What a
wife was
nightmare.
talking about her car's dying, and she was talking about maybe getting her dad's truck, which is like fucking brand new, one of those aluminum body.
Oh,
Fords.
fuck yeah, dude!
I don't know
What
what
kind of motor's in it?
I don't know, probably a V8.
EcoBoost.
Sure.
That's a V6, but gotcha.
Oh, but and I mean there would be a lot of. It's an expensive car to just be given away, so I don't know exactly what would be happening. I'm like, if you get that truck, I'm getting rid of my truck, and I'm getting a fucking van.
There you go. Or I was gonna say, get yourself like a fucking some sort of
Fiat.
gas car or something.
Gas car?
Yeah.
Like a affordable gas car?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Just to save money on gas, and then get yourself a fat ass van
Yeah.
as a project, right?
Hell yeah.
Because then you can get something that put airbags on it. That would be fat.
Fucking fat
That
ass
anyway.
bed in the back.
I want to put airbags on that car so I can slam
You
it.
want to do everything on that car.
Well, yeah. I mean, look at it. What is
It
the
is-
one thing that
It looks like a Hot Wheel.
It does look like a Hot Wheel. It's funny you say that. It literally does look like a Hot Wheel.
Yeah.
Right?
You should get a big Hot Wheel magnet and put it on there.
I should do something like that.
I wouldn't do like a decal.
No.
I'd do something you could take off.
Yeah, obviously. I don't know. What were we talking about?
But we're done with the book.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Did you have anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, dude. I wanted to talk about this whole UFO thing that's kind of been popping up. Have you heard anything about it?
Yeah, dude. You don't listen to Blue Room and Lounge, but we talked about it.
Did you really?
Yeah.
No, then I don't want to.
Come on, talk
I won't
about
even.
it.
No,
I want to hear your thoughts.
I just think it's How much into detail did you guys go into this most recent thing?
Probably not. We didn't go into any detail. You're welcome to share.
Okay, I just didn't want to.
This is not the Blue Room and Lounge podcast.
You're right. Fuck the Blue Ribbon.
Hey,
bag.
don't go that
sorry.
far.
I'll
fucking cut this podcast off right now.
no, but so fucking David Grush
Yeah, Grush.
is basically been saying that there is a decades-long cover-up program.
You know what we did touch on in the podcast was his quote.
Okay, what was his quote?
When asked why he believes these crashes were not human, why he thought they were extraterrestrial, and he didn't even say extraterrestrial. He just said not human,
Right.
which fucking got me down a big rabbit hole. But he said sometimes when there's a crash, you see the pilot.
Ooh.
And I was like, that is some wild shit to say.
Right, and so what I was trying to find his like background basically. I don't know if you guys touched on like his
No, he works with like some sort of UFO crash recovery.
God damn it, I just had it up and then I touched something and it
Your
disappeared.
Apple iPad is fucking up
It's
on you.
fucking super sweet, bruh. All right, his credentials. So he was a decorated combat officer in the Air Force during the war in Afghanistan, and a veteran of the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency and the National Reconnaissance Office. From 2019 to 2021, he was a representative of the Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon Task Force. What was his highest shit? Co-lead for the UAP analysis. But he also assisted in drafting the National Defense Authorization Act of 2023, which included provisions for UFOs. But essentially, he's a fairly
Decorated.
like trusted guy from the inside, right?
Yeah.
Not necessarily an Alex Jones or Jeremy Corbell type of guy. So, I don't know.
Well, so what got me was he said non-human aircraft.
Multiple, too. Like 12. That's a lot.
That's a lot. And what got me was the average size of a 3-bedroom house is like 9,000 square feet.
That's a big-ass house. Holy shit.
Yeah, the average size of...
Okay. That makes sense.
The average size of of the Soldier Field is like 0.001 miles.
The what?
Soldier Field, 0.001 miles cubic miles.
Okay.
The Grand Canyon is like, and I'm just like kind of building
Scaling.
up. Yeah. The Grand Canyon is like 1,500,000 square miles.
Cubic miles.
Yeah.
Right.
And the Earth is like 600 billion cubic miles. So like the Earth is so big.
Right.
There could be some shit on the inside of it.
That's what I'm saying. Have you ever seen that movie?
Land of the Lost.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, where they go and see all the dinosaurs and shit. And Dave was talking about there's like a theory, and at this point I'm like, I don't even call it a conspiracy theory because I'm in on it. But like, if on the inside of the Earth, the center of the Earth would be like a little star, and the centrifugal force of the Earth spinning would help people to stand on the inside of the crust.
Dun dun dun.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
That would be fucking nuts. Hey, I would.
And like the deepest hole I was seeing was only like 7 miles deep.
Do you remember seeing that article where it was like, I think it was in China, where down at the bottom of this giant hole, they found like animals and like completely separated species from the stuff up above it.
Whoa.
I'll have to find the article next time.
Yeah. You have to send that to me.
Just, I don't know. Yeah.
The
ocean is so big. There's got to be like little underground Atlantises somewhere down there.
Something has got to be down there.
In my head,
it's more practical for things to be coming from inside the Earth than it is from million light years away.
That's exactly what I was just going to get to. It's like, it makes
that connection, that energy.
It makes so much more sense for some past, like, advanced civilization to have been hiding from us. Because if you look at like I don't know if you want to call it human evolution, but humans evolved very separately, right? Like, we developed very specific traits from our different geographical locations.
Yeah.
And now it's like everything is opened up. It's almost like if you look at a petri dish, like someone doing an experiment, it's like they had us all separated, and now they're just kind of mixing us all together.
Yeah.
Just to see what happens.
Yeah.
Like, you sprinkle technology in to give us the ability to intersperse more.
Yeah, it's like you put a little bit of extra iron ore up in this spot and somebody can find it, and then these people start learning how to dig and they find it.
Because I feel like could be influences.
Well, and consider like the Native Americans, they had a ton of resources here and stuff, but they developed at such a different rate than the Europeans. And maybe it was because maybe they got along a little bit better or something with their neighbors. And Europeans are just always trying to fucking fight somebody.
I forgot what it was.
White man.
I feel like there was a Dan Carlin about why the technology in Europe advanced so much faster.
Oh, it could have. I just put on my feed, and I think I listened to it before, the Celtic Holocaust. But I'm sure that's all about like Western Europeans. But me and Davey from the Blue Ribbon Lounge were also talking about the concept of dragons.
Okay, yeah.
And how from like Western Europe to China, with them never having even seen more than maybe one or two of each other, maybe there's a guy that's like, I'm going to go this way forever.
Right.
First of all, the two dragons look completely different, but they're both kind of the same creature. And then you have in the Bible, they talk about like monsters and giants that roam the earth 6,000 years ago. And, you know, maybe dinosaurs and like...
What I don't understand is we have fossils of flying dinosaurs that aren't that far off from what a dragon could be, I feel like, right?
I think so. I mean, where would you get the concept of a giant lizard that flies without... Like, I understand people have made things up, but Norse mythology, thunder, lightning, how does that get created? Oh, it's a man, a godlike man with a hammer that we know what it looks like, and you strike it, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, we have seen all of those things, and that's why you manifest it to be like the things you've seen. But a dragon is manifested of like almost something you'd never seen. Even people in Europe, there's no giant lizards there. Like somebody in like New Zealand or whatever, like they could have Komodo dragons.
I wonder what, like, you know, like is it called a chimera?
A chimera, yeah.
Right? Like how...
And the Sphinx?
Right, like some sort of like a mixture of a winged dog, right? How prevalent is that versus a winged lizard?
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, like... Maybe it's
they're just
like
taking shit and throwing wings on it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was getting at. It's like, well, maybe they're just mixing things. Somebody just like, I don't know, saw a bird land on the back of a dog or some shit. They're like, oh shit, dude, imagine.
It was like a guy trying to paint a picture of like a lizard, and then he like slipped with his brush, and he's like, I'll just fucking put a wing on it.
Like, exactly. It's art, dude. It's you can never. You just keep fixing it.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll never know, dude.
I think we'll know soon. And I was listening to Russell Brand about these documents that Trump had in his bathroom or whatever.
Oh, God. Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, and it's like, what is in those documents? Like, they could be like salaries or something, you know, for all we know. They could be something as trivial as that, or existence of aliens. And so wouldn't it be crazy if this court stuff came out and they're like, we have examples of the documents, this alien crashed here, this date, and it's like, what the fuck?
Right.
I mean, I could
just kind of like breeze over it as a piece of evidence.
Yeah. I mean, I could see this trial either being all stupid for no reason because Trump just had to get documents of how he was having prostitutes in the White House. He wanted to take those documents home so Biden didn't find them.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Or they're really incriminating, like the CIA definitely killed JFK.
Right.
In there.
Yeah.
It's got to be one of the two of them, I feel like.
Makes you wonder.
Yeah. I hope we find out.
I just hope something comes of this alien thing.
Yeah.
It would be crazy.
Aliens, all this crazy presidential stuff where like Biden is now trying to go unopposed to not even have a
Democratic primary.
Yeah.
How fucking crazy is that?
And then it's either Trump or DeSantis, and it's like nobody is happy.
I was thinking about fucking filing Republican just so I could vote for DeSantis in the primaries.
Yeah, dude, I think DeSantis is worse than Trump.
You think so?
I think he's more right-leaning. I think that's more divisive. I don't think
he could be worse than Trump, though. But I mean,
Trump is a bad person, but I think he's not going to... He doesn't have the skills to make things legitimately worse. DeSantis will take away Medicare. DeSantis will take away... He will ruin people's lives.
I have zero idea of his fucking policies.
I personally, it was like people were like, I hope Trump gets shot in office, and it's like, Jesus. You do not want Pence to be fucking president because that guy is insane. Like,
just way worse.
Yeah, it's like you cut the head off the dragon and another.
It's like Putin over in Russia. Same kind of a similar situation.
Yeah, who knows what kind of crazy dudes he has next?
Right.
That's probably why he's still alive.
There's some dudes over there that are like fucking way probably more warmongery.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Scary. You got anything?
I didn't actually. Breaking Points is just so full of the presidential.
I know this. I haven't been listening because so much of it has been political.
Yeah, this is going to be a pretty bunk year, I think.
Yeah.
For breaking points.
Yeah. I hope they.
Didn't we start listening to them around the last election?
I think so, but I think I was going to say I wish they would separate out their political podcast from just general current events.
Yeah, and I feel like they normally have like 4 to 8 segments.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know.
They have a certain amount of segments that they do.
Yeah.
Let's just say it's 6. And I felt like the first 3 or 4 today were it was Biden and then Trump and then DeSantis and it's just like, come on.
Shit I don't give a fuck about.
Yeah.
Right?
Though it was funny when they were reading today, like, words used to describe.
Dude, that was old and incompetent.
Yeah, pedophile.
Like, ugh, how'd that creep in there?
Yeah. And like Trump, one of Trump's was like, nah, or maybe that was DeSantis.
Oh, really?
So he just said nah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
oh, that was funny.
Dude, I really appreciated you coming down here and
it was
talking.
a good time.
I needed this today for sure.
Thanks for having me, Matthew.
Yeah, every other Monday. And we text sometimes.
Yeah,
I enjoy texting you.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Well, sending it off.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for listening, everybody.
Hopefully you made it this far, folks.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to try, and you just try too. Be good to yourself.
Peace.